Hello. Thank you so much for joining me here on the mat today. My name is Melody, and I am so happy to be sharing with you some of my favorite standing shoulder stretches. Now, I know that a lot of us spend a lot of our days and weeks and years with shoulder tension, and that comes from our posture, it comes from our repetitive actions throughout our day, whether you're seated at a desk or driving a car or carrying a baby, or perhaps playing sports or running or weightlifting, or even from simply your yoga practice. We get a lot of tension and therefore a lot of discomfort and a lot of pain in our upper back, shoulders, and neck. So today I wanted to share with you, again, some of my very favorite standing shoulder stretches. You can take this with me as a full practice, moving through, really dedicating some chunks of your time to feeling better and moving with more ease, or pick and choose some of your favorite, add them to your toolbox of things that you can do throughout the day, before and after other workouts or activities, or simply at your desk or on your couch, so that you can find some relief in that upper back body. To get started, we're going to come to a nice standing position and just give yourself a little shake, a little wiggle. Really think about shaking out arms. Good. And then we'll let everything sink back down. And we'll take some shoulder rolls just up, back, and down. Beautiful. We want to see if we can find that full expression, moving in all directions. Front, up, back, and down. And then see if you can reverse that, if you can head the other way. Now, if you're like me, just this action alone might be drawing your attention to some impingements, some discomforts we've got in that upper back, in our rhomboids and trapezius, and maybe even across our chest and our pecs. One more. Good. Now we're going to use our breath and we're going to inhale, scrunch our shoulders up to our ears, and exhale, let them go. And we'll take that 2 more times. Inhale, scrunch it up. Exhale, let it go. And again, inhale, scrunch it up tight. Exhale, let it go. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep those fingertips high to the sky. Exhale, down, around, back to your heart. We'll take that 2 more times, again, working through that full range of motion. And back to center. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Good. This time we're going to inhale, bring them up. Interlace your fingers and flip your palms to the ceiling. Thinking about pressing through the heel of your hand. Feeling that nice stretch in your armpits. And if you like, you might gently start to draw those elbows back behind your ears. But if that's too much, don't do it. Stay right where you are. And then notice these shoulders creeping up and our ears getting squished by our biceps. And if that's the case, see if you can soften those scapula. Good. Heart's nice and proud for one more breath. We're going to take a big inhale right here, press through your palms, and on your exhale, draw those palms forward towards me and think about rounding that upper spine like you were trying to push a wall away. Good. So feel all of that action, all of that space between your scapula, your upper back, like you were doing cat pose, but with just your shoulders. We're going to take these 2 actions on our breath. So inhale brings palms to the ceiling. Exhale brings them forward. Push that wall away. Good. A couple more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Release those hands. Bring palms to the ceiling and thumbs straight back. Open up your heart. So see if you can keep this action chest forward, thumbs behind our shoulders, and we're just gonna flip palms back and forth like a pancake. Good, one more. Perfect, and release those arms again, shake them out. Beautiful, take one more roll up, back, and down, and then let your right ear drop to right shoulder. If you want a little more here, think about energetically sending left fingertips to the mat. And if you still want a little more, take that right hand to your outer ear. One more breath. And we're going to release, bring ourselves back to center and head the other way. So left ear to left shoulder. If we want a little more, right fingertips stretch to the earth. If we still want a little more, left fingertips come to our top ear. And we'll let that go, come back to the middle. We're gonna bring our hands behind our head like we were doing a crunch. So again, those fingertips interlace, palms press into the roundest back part of your skull, elbows wide to the side like you were sunbathing or doing sit-ups. And on our inhale, we're gonna lift our heart, widen our elbows, lift our chin. And then on our exhale, curl it in, chin to chest, elbows to the floor. And take a couple more. Inhale, open and broaden. Exhale, round and curl. Good. 3 more. Last one. This time we're going to stay at the bottom, chin tucked, elbows down. Take a couple breaths just like this. Try to soften and lengthen the back of your neck. You're welcome to stay in stillness here. If you like, just gently shake your head no. So our goal here is not that we're pulling on our head at all with our hands. We're just letting that extra weight of our hands deepen, using gravity to our advantage. We'll keep our chin back to center, nose pointed straight down, release those palms. And then just take a half circle, just rocking and rolling from ear to ear. Hands can stay at your side. Or maybe we find opposite elbow behind us, like you were crossing your arms in front of you, but instead to the back. When you're ready, you can turn that half circle into a full rotation all the way around. But for some of us, that full rotation isn't right. Sometimes it can feel really crunchy or compressed. Sometimes it messes with our vertigo or with our sinuses or makes us a little nauseous. And if any of those things are true, don't do it. Just stick to that half circle forward. When you're ready, switch directions. Take that circle the opposite way. Give it 2 more this way. And we'll just bring our chin right back to our chest and then lift your face up nice and easy. Good. We're going to come into a Gomukhasana arm or a cow face arm. And to do that, we're going to take our right hand up and over. See if you can touch your shirt tag. And then our left hand's going to come down and around. See if we can meet those fingertips behind us. We might not be able to, and if that's the case, you can hold on to your shirt, or you can grab a strap or a scarf or a belt. Find that strong stance, stable in your feet. Feel that stretch in your top tricep and your bottom shoulder head. And we're going to add a little side body stretch right here. Inhaling to lift our ribs and exhaling, tipping over to the left. As though you were drawing an arc across the ceiling with that top elbow. And we'll come on back to center. Those arms stay right where they are, and we're going to come into a forward fold. So you might widen your feet a little bit. Zip up your belly button. Inhale to lift your ribs, and exhale, hinge from those hip creases. Aiming for a flat back. So we might just make it a couple degrees into this fold. We might bend our knees for a little support. As we feel good, we might come to 90. And if that feels okay, maybe we continue into that fold all the way down. Knees nice and bent, belly resting on your thighs, jaw is loose. Take one more breath. And in slow motion, press into your feet. Zip up your belly to come on back to standing. Release those arms, shake them out if you need. And we'll take our opposite side. So right arm up and over, finding your shirt tag. Left hand down and around, maybe those fingertips meet behind you for that full Gomukhasana arm, and maybe they don't. And you might find that one side's different than the other, and that's okay too. Steady in your feet. Breathe into top tricep, bottom humeral head. Good. And then when you're ready, we're going to take that little arc, that side body stretch up and over to the left, drawing a rainbow line across the ceiling with your top elbow. And we'll take it back to center. We're going to come back to that fold. So again, feet nice and wide, belly button strong, knees soft. Inhale to lift with your ribs, and exhale, start to hinge at your hips, right at those creases. Find what feels best for you. And if you've gone a little too far, you can always back out. Maybe we land at 45 degrees, maybe 90. Maybe we're able to come all the way down today. Think about pressing into the outer corners of your feet. Keep those arches nice and lifted. And give it 2 big breaths. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, let it go and shake it out. Gorgeous. From here, we're going to bring our arms wide like a cactus or a field goal. Take a nice big inhale, press elbows back, and exhale, draw them to forward like you were closing a door, forearms and palms to touch. Take that a couple more times. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Once more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. You might stay right here. This might be plenty. If you want a little more, take your left elbow on top of right, maybe bringing backs of hands together, or maybe wrapping through that forearm for full eagle or Garudasana arm. So we're nice and twisted through our forearms. We let our shoulders drop out of our ears. And then if we still want to add some intensity, try to lift your elbows so they're parallel to the mat. Whether your arms are bound in eagle or whether they're glued together like a closed door. We're gonna move with our breath again. So inhale is gonna lift our elbows. Exhale, lower. And see if you can let this action just move from elbows, forearms, and wrists for 3 more. Good. Bring them back to your neutral, whatever that might be. And we are going to let our ear drop to the right, like you were playing peekaboo. And then, if you still want to go a little further, let your fingertips tick to the left. Again, that little peekaboo eye, adding a nice deep shoulder and neck stretch right here. If this is too much for you, don't do it. Stay in that full eagle or stay with forearms glued. And just breathe into that upper back. Imagining those top back ribs expanding as you inhale and softening as you exhale. We'll come on back to center. We're going to unwind our arms, open them wide, palms up, thumbs back. And then come into your cactus arm. Close those elbows. Hang out right here or take right elbow on top of left to stack or to wrap. Good. Again, find that space where shoulders can soften down. And if we want, elbows peel up off our chest until they're parallel with the mat. Breathe into that space. And we'll take that flow on our breath. Inhale just up an inch or 2. Exhale down an inch or 2. Give it 3 more. And come back to your neutral or your center. And then ears are going to tick to the left. If we want to keep going, hands tick to the right like a clock. Eagle arms are one of my very favorite shoulder stretches. They always feel good, especially if you've been doing a lot of vinyasas, moving through down dog, plank, chaturanga, and up dog. Or if, like me, you spend a lot of time in your car or nursing or just carrying around a very heavy baby. And Garudasana arms always feel good. And we'll come on back to center. We'll release those arms, stretch them wide. And then again, bring them down behind you. Interlace your fingers, knuckles to the earth. You might take your feet a little wider. Drop those knuckles down. See if you can squeeze shoulder blades together, lifting your heart and lifting your chin. Good. Bring your ribs back to neutral, but keep your hands bound right where they were. And again, we're going to let left ear drop to left shoulder. If we want a little more, maybe those fists scoop over to our left hip. And this is a little bit deeper of that same neck stretch we did earlier. So hopefully, through our other work, we've warmed up to it and we're feeling good. But if that's not the case, then release those arms. That's okay. And give it one more breath right here. And slowly bring everything back to your center line. And then right ear to right shoulder, hands to right hip. We want to be mindful of this right elbow, that it doesn't flare out wide to the side like a chicken wing. Instead, try to keep that elbow drawing back to the back wall. So we can really feel that action along the side of our neck and top of our shoulder. And we'll come back through the midline. Hands stay where they are. Again, feet are nice and wide. We might even turn our toes in just a little bit. And then again, inhale, drops those knuckles, lifts our heart, lifts our chin. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Come into that fold. Feel free to soften those knees. And if this feels good, hang out right here. If you want to go a little further, start to release your knuckles up and overhead. If this is too much for you, you could always use a yoga strap instead. If you want a little more intensity, see if you can super glue palms together. And see if on your next exhale you can sink just a little lower. And maybe release those arms just a little further. Give it 2 more big breaths. One more. And then slowly bring your thumbs back to your sacrum. Press into your feet, zip up your belly to come all the way to standing. Release those arms, shake them out. Good. And then one last time, take some shoulder rolls up, back and down. Notice if this round feels a little different than the last. And reverse, head forward and back. Good. Settle into that nice neutral. Give yourself a big inhale. Sweep those arms high to the sky. Exhale brings hands to your heart. Samastitihi. Thank you so much for sharing your time, your energy, your body, and your practice with me today. I hope you are feeling a little bit of relief and release in that upper back, shoulder, and cervical spine. I can't wait to hear from you, to see what you think and how you're feeling. The divine light in me loves and honors the divine light in you. Namaste.